Despite Disney's big ambitions for the Tron franchise, 2025's Tron, Ours has received the same divisive response from audiences and critics that Legacy did in 2010. Instead of reigniting mainstream passion for the grid, Ours became yet another attempt to recapture the magic of 1982's Tron that fell short. Fans of the franchise watched Ours hoping it would finally elevate Tron into the cinematic powerhouse Disney keeps insisting it can be. Instead, it made the same mistakes all over again. What makes Ours' shortcomings so frustrating is how strongly they contrast with the franchise's hidden gem. While the trilogy of Tron movies has offered diminishing returns in terms of cohesion, imagination, and ambition, one entry in the wider franchise stands as proof that the IP absolutely works. It just didn't arrive in theaters. It arrived on TV on Disney XD, far away from blockbuster budgets and box office expectations. The 2012 TV series Tron, Uprising quietly delivered everything Tron fans had been waiting for. It didn't just refine the aesthetic and the mythology, it perfected them. The Tron TV show still sits at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and its creative success highlights exactly why Ours failed. If Disney genuinely wants to make Tron a household name, it needs to learn from Uprising and stop repeating Ours' mistakes. Tron, Uprising is a reminder of what Tron, Ours could have been. Uprising proved Tron's potential while Ours ignored it. Tron, Uprising showed just how much narrative depth and stylistic power the Tron universe has when creators fully commit to its core ideas. The show embraced the lore, tone, and visual language of the franchise more confidently than either Legacy or Ares. It bridged the films with surprising elegance, creating a cohesive grid full of political tension, emotional stakes, and stylistic clarity that felt unmistakably Tron. Uprising follows Beck, voiced by Elijah Wood, a program mentored by Tron, voiced by Bruce Boxleitner, after Clue's rise to power. Uprising manages to be both a rebellion story and a character study, blending slick neon cyberpunk action with grounded emotional arcs. The sleek angular animation, the Daft Punk-inspired score, and the world-building choices brought the franchise to life more vividly than Ours ever attempted. In contrast, Tron, Ours felt disconnected from the larger mythology. The movie operates like a standalone sci-fi project that occasionally remembers it's part of the Tron universe. It doesn't meaningfully build on Legacy, nor does it deepen the philosophical conflicts that define the franchise. Even the aesthetic, Tron's most universally praised element, felt muted, stripped back, and at times unrecognizable. While Uprising thrived by leaning into what made Tron distinct, Ours often seemed afraid of its own identity. The TV show proved over a decade ago that any modern Tron project can embrace the franchise's look, themes, and history while still telling fresh stories. There was no reason a new Tron film couldn't have delivered something as ambitious, stylish, and cohesive as Uprising. Fans of Tron weren't asking for nostalgia, they wanted the grid to evolve. Uprising accomplished exactly that, which makes Ours' underwhelming creative direction even harder to justify. The animated series demonstrated that the Tron franchise is overflowing with untapped potential. It's the movies that keep refusing to use it. Why Tron? Ours ignored most of Tron. Ours treated Tron like a soft reboot instead of a universe. Much of Tron, Ours' detachment from franchise history comes from how the creative team approached the movie. Ours wasn't designed as a continuation of Legacy, it was intentionally shaped as a soft reboot meant to modernize Tron for new audiences. According to writer Jesse Wigato, via IGN, the Ours creative team didn't believe most of the existing Tron characters or mythology connected strongly enough with the general public to justify building the story around them. As Wigato explained, that philosophy shaped every part of Ours. The filmmakers leaned away from grid-centric storytelling, placing the new character Ours, Jared Leto, in a narrative framework that leans far more heavily on the program's encounter the real-world hook than on the franchise's digital mythology. The iconic setting was minimized, the thematic conflicts were reworked, and Ours only occasionally resembled the sleek neon dystopia the series is known for. This left fans feeling like Ours wasn't built for them, or for the Tron universe as a whole. The 2025 movie tried to modernize the aesthetics, but in doing so, it stripped away the world-building depth and techno-philosophical identity that made Tron unique. The light cycles were reimagined for real-world city streets, the lore was simplified, and the entire movie often felt like an outsider's approximation of a Tron story. Meanwhile, Tron, Uprising fully embraced the lore that Ours sidestepped. The show expanded the political dynamics of the grid, deepened the moral conflict between programs and authoritarian control, and treated every design choice as an extension of the world's internal logic. Ours treated Tron as a brand to reboot, Uprising treated it as a universe worth exploring. This fundamental difference in philosophy explains why the small-screen project succeeded where the big-screen revival failed. Ours didn't misunderstand Tron, it simply didn't think most of it mattered. Tron needs to return to television after Tron, R's box office failure. R's flop proves Tron belongs on TV, not in theaters. Tron, R's financial struggles all but guarantee the franchise needs another direction. With an estimated budget between $180 and $220 million, the movie's global box office haul of around $141 million is a clear underperformance, via Box Office Mojo. Just like Legacy, it failed to reignite the brand as a blockbuster property. For the second time in 15 years, the grid crashed at the ticket booth. Stepping back, it's obvious that Tron's most successful and critically acclaimed modern project was its TV entry. Tron, Uprising wasn't just a strong animated series, it was proof that the universe thrives when given time to breathe. The grid is a setting built on philosophical ideas, technological metaphors, political hierarchies, and moral dilemmas. These aren't concepts that fit neatly into a 2-hour theatrical structure, especially not one trying to simultaneously relaunch a brand. The TV series format provides room for Tron to explore identity, rebellion, digital consciousness, and the evolution of programs without being constrained by box office expectations. The format allows for long-form storytelling, character development, and visual experimentation. Uprising proved this definitively.